Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika, your hair coach, helping you grow your hair longer, stronger, healthier, and more vibrant. I'm going to help you grow your hair not just to black girl long, but long on down your back, just like you see with this weave I got on here, 20 inches y'all, and beyond if you want to go that route. So today we're going to be talking about finding a simple hair regimen. I know for a lot of guys it's a little bit taxing trying to find out what you're supposed to do with your hair in the beginning. So I'm here to help you get your regimen started. That way you can be on your way to longer, stronger, healthier hair. So if you guys don't know it already, I am a hairstylist and I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia, and I specialize in helping women grow their hair to longer lengths. And so I'm taking the knowledge that I have and have used in my salon and I'm bringing it to you. So if you guys just sit tight, grab a pen and paper, and I guess I was going ahead and get started with the things that you need to know about starting a hair regimen. Hope you guys enjoy. So I've gotten the question all the time, Tamika, how do I develop or start a hair care regimen? And a lot of people are at a loss when it comes to starting a hair care regimen. They just don't know where to begin. And I know if you've never done your hair before, or if you just always messed up and then your hair is broken and damaged stuff, you just need somebody to show you the steps. And so that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to be going through all the steps for you to go on ahead and start implementing them into your hair care routine, so that way you can have a good solid regimen that's not too lengthy, because I don't believe in lengthy things. I think you need to stay with basics when it comes to hair care, because our hair really loves just to keep it simple. So let's go ahead and start talking about the different steps that you're going to need to take to start your hair regimen. The very first thing that you need to consider is whenever you decide that you want to start your hair regimen, that you always have to keep in mind that before any water hits your hair, you've got to detangle your hair. So that's the number one step. If you don't detangle your hair, first of all, before you start anything on your head, then it's going to be just a big mess, and then you're going to wind up with damage and breakage. So detangling the hair is very important. And I have a video on detangling, and I'm going to put the card here so you can see that, and I'll also put a link below about detangling, so you can go ahead and watch that. But that's very important, detangling the hair. And generally, depending on how long your hair is or whether you're natural relaxed, it could take up to 45 minutes or more detangling your hair, depending on how tangled your hair is, depending on how often you've combed it or manipulated it or whatever. So just be mindful that you have to be patient in that first step to make the rest of the steps easier for you. So next we're going to talk about shampooing the hair. Now there is a lot of controversy about shampooing the hair. We have all natural products, we have no poos, we have sulfate free, just everything under the sun. I am the type of person that I feel you have to use what works for you. You'll hear me say that a lot. What works for person A may not work for person B. What works for person B may not work for person C. You have to really go in and just find the products that work for you, the products that work for your lifestyle, the products that work for your hair to make your hair feel great. You have to go that route. Because hair care is not set in stone. Every head of hair is different. Even though they might look alike, every head of hair has different needs. So just make sure that you find products that are right for you, because if you watch the video and somebody says that you have to use this product and you get it doesn't work, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad product. It just means that your hair doesn't particularly like it. So shampooing is the second step I'm going to talk about. Shampoos. There's clarifying shampoos, and then there's regular cleansing shampoos. For natural hair, well, for African American hair, period, you're going to have to find shampoos that are for hair that's dry and damaged. And just because it says damaged on the bottle doesn't necessarily mean that your hair is damaged. It means that it has more of the moisture ingredients in it to help with your hair, because our hair needs moisture, and moisture is definitely key when it comes to growing and retaining length. And so find shampoos that either on the bottle will say for dry or damaged hair, or even color treated shampoo has a lot of moisture and stuff in it too. So those shampoos are really, really good for our hair. I have recommendations for different types of shampoos that I personally like to use on clients. I'm going to be doing a product recommendation video again sometime soon, so you guys can see exactly the products that I do use, and I'm going to be telling you exactly how I use them and what I use them for and all this type of stuff, so just look out for that. But just to start off, a good moisturizing shampoo, one really good moisturizing shampoo that I love is I'm going to say it, and the people who follow me, they know it. It's the Joico Moisture Recovery Shampoo. It's fantastic, and it's a really good start because it cleanses the hair without stripping the hair, and it makes it feel really soft afterwards. Another thing I want to talk about, I just talked about moisturizing shampoos, but I want to talk about clarifying shampoos. Clarifying shampoos are great whenever you're trying new products, because what it does is it provides like a blank slate on your hair, so your hair can be able to get all the benefits from the new products that you're going to be using. So if you're using brand new products on your hair, or you feel like your hair is tired of the products that that you've been using, a good clarifying will probably turn all that around. So I always say, like, whenever you start using new products, go ahead and clarify your hair. That way you can get the benefits, the true benefits of the product. So the shampooing, moisture shampoos, and clarifying shampoos. And one of my favorite clarifying shampoos, I would say Paul Mitchell Shampoo 3, I believe, is one of my favorites, but I also have other ones that I'll talk to you about in another video. When you shampoo your hair, it's important to work in sections. Generally, depending on the length and thickness of a client's hair, I'll go on ahead and either part it in 2 sections or 4 sections, and sometimes I'll twist up the entire head of hair, and it just makes it easier to be able to work through the hair, especially if the hair is getting longer. If the hair is shorter, you don't have to worry about sections too much. You just kind of shampoo as usual. And also, you have to make sure that the scalp stays healthy, so make sure you're applying shampoo mainly to the scalp and just, you know, rubbing it in really, really well, you know, really good, and just kind of mixing that scalp up and getting all the build up and stuff off of the scalp, because a healthy scalp equals healthy hair as well. Okay, one of the biggest things that I notice about people in their hair care routines is that they don't condition properly. So I'm gonna spend some time talking about conditioners. Conditioners are very important. You cannot have a successful hair care routine without conditioning. You cannot skip that step. You can't just shampoo your hair and move on to, you know, putting oils and stuff on there. You've got to condition your hair. Condition your hair just puts back the nutrients and things that your hair is missing, because a lot of times we don't eat right, we don't drink enough water, or we might have other issues or whatever, but the conditioner just helps put the nutrients back into your hair, and it helps rebuild the hair if that needs to be done as well. So conditioning is a very important step in your hair care routine, and not just like putting conditioner on and leaving it on for 60 seconds and, you know, rinsing it out. African American hair needs to be deep conditioned on a regular basis. I would say at least twice a month, but if you can pull it off, 4 times a month. Deep conditioning. And deep conditioning is slathering the conditioner all over your hair, working it and putting a cap on and sitting under hydration, or either sitting under the dryer for about 20 minutes. And that way the conditioner can really absorb through the cuticles and really, you know, give your hair the nutrients that it needs. And a lot of people condition wrong. A lot of people, they'll just, you know, take a couple of pumps of conditioner and just massage it through the head, and then, you know, comb it through, and then they wonder why their hair is breaking. But you've got to use, depending on the length and thickness of your hair, enough conditioner. The people that know me, the people that see me, the people who sit in my chair, they know that I will use a whole bottle of conditioner on your hair if I have to make sure that your hair gets coated, like, it's got to be like stark white. So I'm literally like pumping, and I use gallons, so I'm just pumping, and I literally just slather conditioner from the roots. You got to put it from the roots all the way down to the end of the hair and get it on there really good. And I really probably should do a video on how to properly condition hair, because a lot of people, they say their hair is dry at the roots and it's breaking and stuff like that. And a lot of reasons that your hair is dry and breaking is because you're not conditioning properly. So you got to get it in there really good. So conditioning is important, and you've got to do it at least, deep conditioning at least 2 times a month. But if you can get it in there, 4 times a month. Very important step. Do not skip that step. So when you're conditioning your hair, just make sure that you work in sections. That's very important. That way, all of the hair can get coated evenly and coated well. That way you can get a great deep conditioning treatment. So a lot of people, as far as the conditioning is concerned, always ask me, how often should I use protein on my hair? It really depends on your hair, what your hair likes, and then what things you're doing to your hair. Protein rebuilds the hair, so if you're straightening your hair a lot, or if you're relaxing your hair, you're going to need to use protein to rebuild the hair. Generally, most people relax, they use protein like, you know, on relaxer day, which is usually enough. Sometimes you got to do a little bit in between. And then people who are natural, I mean, it really just depends on your hair. I can't tell you exactly how often you use it, but if you're using heat on your hair, I would say some form of a light protein every time you use heat on your hair. That's on shampoo day. Like, you shouldn't be using heat in between. But if you're like pressing your hair or silkening your hair every 2 weeks, then you need some form of light protein in your hair every 2 weeks. And there's a lot of conditioners out there that give you a protein and moisture mix, where you don't have to follow up with moisture, because the protein is light enough to, you know, just give you enough to not have to use like a moisture conditioner afterwards. when you have to use moisture conditioner afterwards, it's usually like those heavy proteins like the apogee, which everybody knows about. So yeah, it really, you just have to kind of gauge it. For my weave clients, I'll do a protein conditioner, a treatment, you know, every 8 weeks whenever I take their weaves down. So that's pretty, you know, if you're not using heat on your hair, that's pretty good too, a pretty good way to gauge it. As far as like the heavy proteins like apogees and stuff like that, depending on the health of your hair, you can get away with doing that once a year or maybe once every 6 months. It really just depends. You have to really just get to know your hair and pay attention to what your hair likes. So after conditioning, a lot of people, they always ask, leave-in conditioner or no leave-in conditioner? It really just depends on, you know, your hair and what you think your hair needs. Sometimes I use leave-in conditioner, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. But leave-in, it really makes the hair feel, you know, soft afterwards, and, you know, gives you that little extra protection of conditioning your hair. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel like using a leave-in conditioner, by all means do it. But you don't need a lot of leave-in conditioner. You just need, like, I would say like half of a dime size amount, and just put it on your hair and, you know, distribute it. So next we got to talk about styling and hairstyles. Really depending on like the state of your hair, it depends on what you're going to do as far as hairstyles, because a lot of people are relaxed, a lot of people are natural, a lot of people are straight naturals. You have straight naturals, all they do is press their hair or they silk their hair. Then you have naturals who sometimes switch in between straightening on occasion, or they'll do all natural styles, or some naturals don't use heat at all in their hair. And then you have people who are relaxed. So depending on which route you go, it really determines what you're going to do to your hair next. But if you're somebody who's relaxed, you don't have to do too much more except for just, you know, apply your heat protectants and then, you know, blow dry and style, or do what you're going to do. As far as a straight natural is concerned, it's pretty much the same thing. You put in your heat protectants, then you blow dry and style. I do have a video that's out right now, and I'm going to put it in the card above, and it has a demonstration on how I actually silk press hair at the salon. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested in that. And lots of good information, lots of good hair tips in there. But if you're just like a natural person wearing like natural styles, there's other steps you have to take before you actually style your hair, and that would include you moisturizing your hair, doing the moisture regimen, the lock method, LOC or LCO, depending on which one you think is better for your hair. I also have a video. I know you guys are probably tired of plugging videos, but I just want you to get this information. But I have a video, and I'm going to put a card above about how to moisturize natural hair. And it's basically like a 3-step thing where you use a liquid cream oil, and you get the moisture in your hair, and then you proceed to style your hair afterwards. So that style can be whatever you want it to be: twist out, braid outs, rod sets, whatever it is. So those will be the next steps. Okay, so after you styled your hair, if you're a natural or straight natural relaxed person, after you styled your hair, of course there's going to be things that you have to do to your hair on a daily basis. The number 2 things would be, if you're natural and you're wearing natural styles, is to not manipulate your hair too much. You know, generally I find that natural styles, like if you do rod sets or twist outs or braid outs or knot outs or something like that, they usually last roughly about 5, maybe 7 days, depending on what you do. So you haven't manipulated your hair at all during that process. But you do still need to put some type of creams or oils or butters on your hair during the process. And I would say I'm an everyday girl putting like things on my hair. I like to oil my hair every day, but some people, they feel like their hair doesn't need that much. So you really just have to gauge how much you moisturize your hair in between shampoos. I'm an everyday girl. I don't care about having weighed down hair. My hair is healthy, and it does a lot of times look greasy, but it's healthy. So hey, more power to me. So something on the hair, but I've heard people even say just a couple of times a week. It really just depends on what your hair needs. So you do have to make sure that you put something on your hair, not just leave it, you know, to dry out, because the elements are working against your hair. So you have to put moisture back in. So if you're wearing like the low mani styles, go on ahead and put some more oils or creams on your hair and get that moisture back in your hair. Now, if you're relaxed or if you're straight natural, then by all means, don't put any type of creamy, wet anything on your head, because it's just going to revert. Go ahead and use some type of really good oils. There's a lot of oils that I use. I have oils that I go back to from back in the day, back when I first started hair journeys. I have those oils, and then I like grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, and then I have this Mazzani oil that I love. It's just, you just have to kind of figure out what oil your hair likes, and just go with it. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody's hair likes different stuff. So you just have to do what's best for your hair. And that's one thing I like to tell people, because I could tell you one thing and it not work for you, and then you've been using this other thing all along and you're like, well, Tamika, my hair likes this, so I say stick with that. So nothing is like set in stone. Nothing is, you know, just the end all be all. You have to really find what works well for your hair, but you must make sure that you're moisturizing your hair with something every day. If you have straight hair, then it needs to be something that doesn't have like creamy wet stuff in it. If you're natural, then you can by all means use creamy wet stuff. Yeah, and make sure too that you're concentrating on the ends of your hair when you're moisturizing, because a lot of times people, they'll get the products in their hair and they'll just moisturize the top of their head, and then they won't moisturize the ends. And the ends is the oldest part of the hair, so we need to make sure that we keep the ends just as healthy, especially if we're trying to gain length. So last but not least, part of the hair regimen is, and a lot of people do not like to do this, but it's tying your hair up at night. Oh, and also using shower caps. Please put shower caps on your hair when you get in the shower. That way you don't have all the reversion if you're wearing your hair straight. But tying up your hair at night, whether it be a wrap, whether it be a pineapple, whether it be twist, whether it be braids, tie your hair up at night. Put a bonnet on your head, and you can do double duty. Put a silk scarf on your head and then put a bonnet on and go to sleep. Or if you don't want to do that, put a bonnet on your head and sleep on a satin pillowcase, or put a scarf on your head, a silk scarf on your head, or sleep on a satin pillowcase. But you must, without fail, tie your hair up every night, because what it does is it keeps your hair from moving all over the place and breaking all over the pillow and all over your sheets and this, that, and the other. So it kind of keeps it in one place. That way it won't be doing all that, because our hair doesn't really like to move around a lot. And it just, you know, it's just a healthy thing to do, tie your hair up at night. Now, for you ladies out there, you know, who have significant others, or you guys out there who have significant others, because this is for guys too, because guys want to grow their hair. Matter of fact, my son, he's trying to grow his hair, and I'll probably be showing his hair journey on here soon, so stay tuned and check that out. But I always tell people that if your significant other kind of doesn't like the fact you tie your hair up or whatever, you know, go ahead and put that under your pillowcase. And then after you spend time with them, then, you know, when they sleep, you go ahead and put that thing on your head. No excuses. There's no excuses. You've got to tie your hair up at night, every single night, without fail. I don't care if you go into the hairstylist the next morning, tie your hair up at night. I know a lot of people, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to the hairstylist in a couple of days so I can slack on my hair regimen. No, because a lot of times that's when you get breakage and that's when you get damage. So stick to your routine every single day, and trust me, you will see results from it. Your hair will love you for it. So make sure you be tying your hair up every single night. Yeah. All right, so that's all I have to say about it. I hope I did not leave anything out, but you know, even if I did, I'm giving hair care tips all the time. I'm putting up weekly videos about hair care tips. I'll put the links below to the playlist for all the other hair videos that I have out there. And guys, this is my love, this is my passion. So just watch out. Go on ahead and subscribe, because I have a lot more information in store for you guys, and I want to help you get to where you need to be in your hair growing journey. So I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and you guys have a blessed day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can stay updated on all of my awesome videos, and I will see you guys in the next videos. I love you so much. Thanks for your support. Talk to you later. Bye.